Hey guys, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and if you watched our live feed, you saw that we had our first clutch of 2017. So now we have some of them crawling out of the egg. We're actually filming this the very next day, correct? Isn't that right, Kurt? Next day. Question Girl's hard at work cleaning some of our baby tubs. We have some fresh, clean baby tubs that we're going to do. And I guess I probably should have grabbed some water before we started.
There's some on the floor, I think.
Is there some on the floor there? There is. Sweet. That saves me some time. Alright. So now what we're going to do is show you how we set some of our babies. Do you have your page, Kurt, to write everything down?
No.
You're going to need that. It's going to be a two-person job. We transferred it over to computer file, but it's just easier to make some hand notes in here today. You know. One of the things I like to do is we label all of our babies. So they'll all get serial numbers. That's what Kurt's going to work on. While I track all this and log all this. So, how do we set up our babies? It's pretty simple. We're going to take a paper towel in one of these baby tubs, place it in, look how well that fits, perfect. Set a water dish in, give the baby some water. It's really ain't rocket science so far, right? I like to use a paper towel until the first shed. The reason I like to do that is because they still may have an open umbilicus a little bit, you know, until that completely falls off and completely heals up. This is I think has less chance of causing an infection in any litter. Once they're off of that, we will then switch them to a normal substrate. But for their first time, we go on there. So then the first baby that I pull out, as you can see, we have several that have crawled out, and we'll go ahead and set those up because they've been out for a day, and I don't want them being out too long and trying to get stuck down in there digging. So I go ahead and pull those, and the rest of them will come out in due time. Will be this guy right here. So this will be. See, you'll let go of my probe. Let go of my temperature probe. I get into everything babies do. There we are. This will be the first baby of the year. So a nice little spider. He'll be 170101. Now a lot of people give these guys a full bath. You know what? Nobody's licking them clean in nature. Paralite, he came out at 67 grams. Kurt, if you want to document that. So 67 grams, I always weigh them. So what Kurt will do is he'll write down 170101 spider 67 grams. I'm not going to sex him yet. We'll wait a little while to do that. Now I know how my rack will go. It'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I can make some labels ready later. You know, and we just do the exact same thing. We grab a paper towel. We set it in the tub. If the tub's a little bit moist from cleaning, we might just wipe it out. Like that. Grab another paper. These are your best friend in the reptile world, by the way. Paper towels rock. Always have those in stock. I believe I hear Question Girl. She's probably going to bop in on us in a second. Fill this up with some water. Just like so. Hello, dear. We are filming. Pull a little bit of water. Grab baby number 2. It's this one, now that it's out the egg. It's going to be a little pastel. And that's really easy to tell once it's out. I mean, you can see the color. There's no doubt. If it was a super, the head would be a lot lighter than that, I think. So this is just going to be just a pastel. We'll weigh this one once the scale gets to 0. It's going to chunk in at 73. So Kurt will write down pastel 73. That'll be 170102. And again, 17 is the year, 01 is the clutch number, 02 is the baby number. And guys, it really is just that simple. It's just that simple. I mean, this is not hard at all. We have enough tubs set up. Question Girls have brought in that we could do all 10 of them. We'll let these guys crawl their egg on their own over the next probably by tomorrow or the day after. I'm sure by Sunday all these will be out of their egg. You can see they're all sticking their head out. You know, they're all breathing on their own. They're all doing their own thing. So you can see that one's doing well. Another pastel there. This one's a little normal guy. Got some bees for sure. Don't know if we have any killers yet. I don't think we do, but we'll see when they get out. Sometimes it's hard to tell until they get out and you can really see the head pattern and some of the colors. So, we're going to put these guys back in the incubator to keep cooking. And we got to get to feeding tonight. You have any questions, Kurt?
Yeah, why do you, when you cut them, leave them in the egg?
Well, because a lot of times, they'll pip on their own like some of these did, and then we'll cut the rest of them. And they'll still sit in that egg for several days, and they'll still be absorbing some yolk. So I want to leave them in there so they can absorb the yolk and get that fully absorbed. Now, like this guy here, he had his head stuck down, so I was a little nervous he couldn't get that figured out. So I went ahead and made a bigger hole in there, and I freed his head for him. And I can tell you there's no yolk in that egg. I could see in there. He's got it fully absorbed. But I'll still leave him in that egg, and I'll let him crawl out when he feels damn good and ready. I won't force the issue. I'm in no hurry to make them do that. They can do that on their own when they want to come to the world. And until then, they can stay kind of in their safe little environment here. Now you can see that one is having a hard time. His head's kind of caught. So we might make a little bit of an incision there if we can, just to make it easier for him to pull his head back in if he wants. He's trying. I don't think he can. So we'll fix that too. Any other questions, Kurt?
Nope.
Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.